Hello, 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 and welcome to today's episode of Her Version. This podcast is dedicated to sharing stories of struggle to triumph, a platform that allows individuals to tell their truth in order to inspire and uplift others. For those of you that are new to this podcast and like content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow, like, and share. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria. Let's jump right in. I absolutely love it when we get viewers this early in on the podcast, jumping on and listening. For those of you that are already here, welcome to this episode of Her Version. The Her Version platform is built on storytelling and the understanding that many times our greatest learning experiences come from listening to other people's stories. Today, I am speaking with an amazing woman named Carin Anderson. Carin was raised in a conservative home with the mindset of being seen and not heard. Lacking confidence, she went out into the world, learning how to overcome setbacks, learning how to be a mother, and adapting to all the changes that came her way. She believes you are never too old to grow or to pivot. With a passion of making everyone feel and look like the best version of themselves, Carin specializes in face yoga, and she is excited to share some awesome parts of her journey with us and explore all the things she's learned along the way. Welcome. I I would love to hear as far as, obviously you've been through a whirlwind of all sorts of things, as you stated throughout your journey. I'd like to talk for a moment about the biggest challenge that you think you had throughout your life and what you learned from that challenge.
I think the biggest challenge was to adjust to different lives, really, that I had throughout my life and overcome the narrowness and of growing up in a small world. That was probably the biggest challenge, and being open to doing new stuff and having the confidence to do so.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably an issue that a lot of individuals kind of deal with. How did you deal with that as far as picking up and just pivoting?
I think I just wanted to be open. I wanted to learn and I wanted to grow no matter what. I think I was always being curious what's out there,
So a lot of
and
people never leave their hometown. So
I know.
how is it that you were all over the place, moving around, checking out new things, exploring? Do you think that was handed down to you, or do you think that's just innately in you?
I think it was a bit in me, and
Wow.
the older I got, the more I wanted to explore and to find out. So age never stopped me. I mean, I was close to 50 when I went to Berlin,
Wow.
not having a job with a suitcase, not knowing what I'm going to do. I looked after my daughter. I knew she had a school there, but I had no idea if I could make it
Wow.
or if I would find my own feet. And so I think I just always been extremely curious, and I just want to inspire everyone. You're never too old to do so. Do not let age stop you
Yeah.
from learning and growing.
Yeah, there's always all these stories that you hear sometimes of people being like, all I had was $400 and I moved cross country. I'm like, what is going
Mhm.
on? I always view that as so courageous, like
Yeah,
what an adventurous mindset to be at a point, whether you have money or not have money, but just to like go with not necessarily a plan and
correct.
just trusting yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
trusting yourself and trust the universe,
Yeah.
that you're going to be fine, and be open and accept help, and just Yeah, and I think actually openness has got a lot to do with it. Coming to think about, I was always being curious and I was open to learn things. And I mean, the same when I went to the south of India, never been to India before by
Wow.
myself, not knowing what is going to happen there. I was open. I was open. I wanted to learn. I wanted to grow. I just and I guess in some ways I was lucky as well. I met so many amazing people, interesting people. I mean, I went there on a holiday and I ended up having a job there
Yeah.
in a health resort, learning all about Ayurveda, yoga, and well-being. So I didn't plan for that. I didn't expect that. It was just like kind of, I met this guy. I mean, he was 20 years younger than me. We had a coffee after yoga class. He told me his plans and he looked at me and he said, would you be interested in being there, helping me? And I said, yeah, sure. Not thinking I would never hear from him again. So I gave him my phone number. I thought that was it. 3 months later, he rings me up and he says, are you still keen? Come on over. And I said, sure. So it's kind of that's what I mean. And I think if you're open and if you're willing and then you'll be fine. Honestly.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Why India? Why did you decide to go to India?
A friend of mine who unfortunately now has passed away. I've always been interested into yoga, and yoga comes from India, a lot from India. So he just said to me, "Why don't you go to India? I think you would like it." And I thought, God, I was in my 50s, and I thought, yeah, I've been thinking about that for a long time. It's about time to do something about it.
Wow.
And I read a lot about the south of India, and what I read, it's kind of I really, really liked. And when I arrived there, I was totally blown away. The simplicity of it all, and the people, the kindness, and the support. It was amazing.
Wow.
It really
That's
was.
that's fantastic. I had a question at the tip of my tongue. Um, I don't remember.
That's okay.
Obviously, with the modeling and saying that at a point you started to realize that, it was sort of shallow and that you wanted to learn more and mindset, personal development, emotional intelligence. What kind of set that off? How did you kind of fall into coaching or this alternative way of thinking?
I think what really said it was tragedy. I really do believe that the earthquakes and then nearly losing my daughter made me really realize what does matter to me, what is really important in life, what do I really, really want to do, what is my true passion. um, and I think, it was probably always there, even when I was younger, and well-being, helping people. But the older I got, the more it came out. And as I say, through all of that, that's what I mean. It's about you're never too old. So
Yeah,
let that stop you. I think it's really, I mean, as much as I hated going through all of that at the time,
yeah,
obviously, yeah, I think it just really, yeah, as I say, made me realize what do I really want to do,
definite,
now on.
definitely. Yeah. Um, to those people who maybe aren't too keen on personal development or maybe don't know about it, why do you think it's important?
Um, I think especially as we get older, we kind of become very a bit lazier thinking about what can we do. We just feel this is enough. I've done it, and I don't think that you ever can say that you've done it. I think also it keeps you young to think openly and to change things and yeah, and to grow and learn. It just really does, and it makes you happy. it makes you happy, and if you feel the success, and yeah, I think that feeling, definitely give it a try. That's what I always say.
Definitely.